GTA 5 is undeniably one of the best games ever made. Rockstar's attention to detail when making the game is insane. There's no better place to look than at the radio station gems. We can all agree that they are peak. That's why I thought it'd be fun to rank every station in GTA Online, since there are more of them, based only on the songs, not the various dialogues that can be heard. Since there are so many of them, I will be dividing this into two videos. In this video, I will be ranking the following radio stations. They will be ranked from gem to ass. I will also be picking the 10 best songs and ranking them from 1 to 10, also from gem to ass. First is the station Blue Arc. Blue Arc focuses on reggae style songs. Honestly, this genre is straight booty cheeks, I'm sorry. Based on the songs that I listened to that can be found on the station, the best one was probably Addy Truth by Vybz Kartel, which I gave a rating of 8.5 out of 10, making it an amazing song on my rating scale, though this is the only song that got such a high rating. I have never willingly listened to this radio station before, and after listening to these songs, I can assure you that I have not been missing out on anything special. By averaging out the ratings I gave to the 10 songs, Blue Arc gets a final rating of 4.65 out of 10, putting it in the arse category. Now moving on from Blue Arc, we are now gonna rank Channel X. After listening to Blue Arc, Channel X feels like a blessing to the ears. Channel X focuses on punk rock and hardcore punk songs. Honestly, it isn't anything that special either. Based on the songs I listened to, the best one in my opinion is Adolescence by Amobia, I think that's how you say it, which I gave a rating of 8.3 out of 10, making it an amazing song based on my rating scale. There are definitely some good songs on the station, but overall, there are more bad ones than good ones in my opinion. Honestly, listening to this radio station just spikes my cortisol, but listening to this station while playing as Trevor in the story mode while driving through San Andreas is just a peak experience, come on. By averaging out the ratings I gave to the 10 songs, Channel X gets a final rating of 6.86 out of 10, putting it in the decent category, a step up from Blue Arc. Next is Los Santos Rock Radio. Compared to the previous two, the station is one that I would actually listen to. It focuses on rock and classic rock songs. In my opinion, the best song that can be found on the station is Kenny Loggins' I'm Free, which I gave a rating of 9.3 out of 10, making it a gem song on my scale. A couple songs from my top 10 actually got a rating of 8 or higher, showing how much better the station is than the previous ones. I never really paid close attention to the station before, but I must say after actually giving it a try, I might start turning it on while playing GTA. It impressed me. Based on the 10 songs I rated, Los Santos Rock Radio is getting an overall rating of 8.03 out of 10, putting it in the amazing category. So far, Los Santos Rock Radio is the best one I ranked, but wait to see if there are going to be better ones. Now, let's rank the GOAT, Non-Stop Pop FM. I know you lot are excited about this one. We all know this is the best station in all of GTA 5, no competition. Non-Stop Pop FM focuses on pop and mainstream hits. Out of the radio stations so far, Non-Stop Pop FM is the only one to get at least one 10 out of 10 song, but in my opinion it has at least 3 10 out of 10 songs. This includes Lady M Tonight, Moves Like Jagger, and Music Sounds Better With You, but it has many more songs that have a rating of at least 8 out of 10. In my opinion, this radio station is undeniably the best and nothing comes close. Every single time I play GTA, this is always the radio station that I listen to. I mean, it's just straight peak. I mean, nothing compares to it. It only makes sense that I gave it a final rating of 9.48 out of 10, making it the first radio station to reach the gem tier on the tier list. And it deserves it. Onto another classic loved by all is Radio Los Santos. Radio Los Santos is probably the most famous one. It focuses on hip hop and rap. Alongside Non-Stop Pop FM, it is one of the best radio stations in GTA, at least for me. The best song that can be found on the station has to be Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar. I mean, come on, it's a classic that no person can dislike. If someone says otherwise, you already know they love Israel. It's the only song that deserves a perfect rating of 10 out of 10 for Radio Los Santos. Still, there are other songs with higher ratings such as Ali Bombay, ADHD and Collard Greens. Wallahi billahi talahi, the best time to listen to the station is while playing as Franklin and driving around the ghetto areas during the night. It just feels like it's meant to be, I swear. So Radio Los Santos gets a well-deserved final rating of 8.02 out of 10, putting it in the amazing rank on the tier list. Next up is Radio Mirror Park. After the likes of Radio Los Santos and Non-Stop Pop FM, Radio Mirror Park seems mid. I mean, it does mostly have mid songs with some good ones. This includes the one and only The Setup. I can't lie, The Setup is one of the best songs in the whole game. That's why I give it a rating of 10 out of 10. And the people that say Midnight City should have been used instead are just brain-dead larps under the age of 12. It has some other good songs such as Polish Girl and Sometimes, but it can't cover for the rest of the songs. That's why Radio Mirror Park gets a final rating of 6.81 out of 10, putting it in the decent rank. Unfortunately, now we have to talk about the abomination called Rebel Radio. I already don't have anything positive to say about the station. It focuses on country and classic rock, so you already know how it's gonna go. Based on the songs I listened to, the best one was probably I Ain't Living Like This, which I gave a rating of 5 out of 10. That should show you just how arse the station is. Before making this video, I never once bothered to listen to this radio station, and I can assure you that I will now be avoiding this atrocious thing like the Nipah virus. Rebel Radio gets a final rating of 2.45 out of 10, putting it in the arse rank and making it the worst radio station so far. Next up is Space 103.2, and I can't lie, I forgot that this station actually exists. I don't think I ever once listened to this station. It's one of the more niche ones. Funk, disco, soul, electro-funk genres of music can be found on this radio station. Most of the songs found on this radio station are mid, with like one exception. That being Give It To Me Baby by Rick James, which I gave a rating of 7.8 out of 10. The rest of the songs have a consistent rating of about 6 out of 10, so as mid as it gets. Due to the consistent rating that the song received, Space 103 gets a final rating of 5.56 out of 10, putting it in the mid category. Now for another niche one, we have the Lowdown 91.1. Just like with Space, I never listened to this radio station, so this was my first time, and it was also nothing special. I mean, it was even worse than the one before by quite a significant bit. The best song was probably the Cisco Kid by The Wall, which got a rating of 5 out of 10. Other than that, there was like one other actual good song, the rest were beyond mid. There's really nothing else to say about this radio station. It's about as mid of the road as it gets. It's getting a final rating of 4.15 out of 10, putting it in the mid rank. Up next is Vinewood Boulevard Radio. This radio station focuses on R&B, funk and classic soul, which is a genre that I never heard of before and I have no clue what it is. Based on the songs I listened to, the best one was Next Stop by Bleached, which received a rating of 6.2 out of 10 from yours truly. Going over all these radio stations made me realize that I barely listened to any of them other than like Non-Stop Pop FM and Radio Los Santos. By averaging out the ratings of the top 10 songs, Vinewood Boulevard Radio gets a 4.24 out of 10, putting it in the mid category. Now, second to last is West Coast Classic. This radio station focuses on old school West Coast hip hop, gangster rap and G-Funk. Here you can find the classics everyone knows. You know, the Ice Cubes, the 50 Cents, the Snoop Dogg's. The best song on this radio station, in my opinion, is probably In The Club by 50 Cent, which I gave a rating of 9.5 out of 10. There are still some other amazing songs that can be found on this station, such as Dr. Dre, and You Know How We Do It. The thing with West Coast Classic is that the songs are 50-50. For me, like half the songs are actually good and the other are just arse. This is shown by the radio station's final rating of 7.4 out of 10, putting it in the decent category. And finally, we have Worldwide FM, another one that I never once listened to in my life. And look, genuinely, this station is straight mid. Nothing interesting can be found here. You know, this is making me realize that I might be psychic. I low-key was never listening to any of these radio stations, and now I know that they're straight buns. Based on the underwhelming songs that I had to listen to, the best one was probably Miro Maru by Kashmir. It's the only song that gets a rating of 7 or higher. It's actually good compared to the other songs. It's like almost out of place. Unfortunately, it's not able to save a final rating of Worldwide FM, which gets a final rating of 5.95 out of 10, putting it in the mid rank. Of course, these are only my opinions, so don't start crying in the comments. I will of course make a video on the rest of the radio stations in the future, but for now this is it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, and maybe leave a comment on which radio station you think is the best, and I'll see you in the next video.